that wasn't great at all. I'm not going to try and put a positive spin on it. It was not the result that we wanted. But the season isn't over yet. And I know I keep saying that, although Champions League has been very, very difficult now. As I record this, is that right? It's Burnley 3, Wolves 0. I thought it was 4-0 a second ago, mate. I've obviously had one chalked off. VAR again, magnificent. What a wonderful thing that is. We've got Burnley to play. That ain't going to be easy. I don't think Brighton will be easy. Everton, again, possibly ain't going to be too easy. And then we've got Southampton and West Bromwich Albion. We need players back desperately. It's just a shame that we've got to the end of the season and we do not have a squad big enough to make that final push. Or actually, let me rephrase that. We don't have a squad with enough players that David Moyes wants to use at crucial periods to carry us over the line. It was really evident that we needed a striker. It was really evident. I'm talking about in the last transfer window. I will in a second, but I meant yesterday. It was really evident that we needed a striker. And he's just never going to bring Odebeko on. He's not going to do it. He did it against Manchester United in the Cup. You feel he's not going to do so again. Certainly not for a little while. He probably needs to go out on loan and, test himself elsewhere and then, come back in a couple of years and do something with us then. And then Moyes may well be more inclined to use him. But we lacked that bit of punch in attack. For too long this season, we relied on, let's take Thomas Souček at the start of the season, the first half of the season. We relied on that man to give us goals. And he did so. And it was brilliant. But at some point, they were always going to dry up because you can't expect your central midfielder to score you 20 goals a season. Certainly as well, a lot of it's fallen away, not just Souček. I think the free kicks have as well, for obvious reasons. I mean, we missed Cresswell there taking them. But also, Ogbonna's scored headers this season. Dawson has. Diop has. I mean, we're able to score goals from free kicks, from headers. Dave dried up as well. And obviously, you've got Jesse Lingard. Since he's come in, has done remarkably well in terms of his goal scoring return. Has been phenomenal. But there was a massive bit of responsibility on him to carry the team and to score the goals, which is always going to be really difficult. And again, they sort of have to dry up. And it shows the folly of not bringing in a striker in January. Now, I know that this is a well-trodden path to go down this argument, but I'm not talking about buying somebody. I totally understand why David Moyes would want to keep his money in his pocket and save it and spend it in the upcoming summer transfer window. Absolutely 100% understand, but there had to have been somebody on loan that he would have been willing to use from the bench. The question isn't whether Odebeko's a striker, it's whether David Moyes rates Odebeko more highly as a striker than Jarrod Bowen is, who's not a striker. Clearly the answer's no. So we didn't have to bring in anybody world-class as a loan signing. We just had to bring in somebody who David Moyes felt was a better option as a striker than Jarrod Bowen. Somebody he would use. And I really feel we're sort of suffering for that now. I feel the same in central midfield. And I do think these areas will get addressed. I really do. But I believe there's a sort of pragmatism to Moyes at the moment where he's thinking that I didn't expect to be here. I'm pretty sure he believes we'll be better next season. And because he didn't expect to be in as lofty a position as we are in the league, he thought, well, anything is a bonus. He'll be more inclined to use more of the players next season because more of them will be his players. That just stands to reason. And I'm not saying that David Moyes doesn't want to win or David Moyes didn't want to qualify for the Champions League. Clearly, you could see with the endeavour and with the organisation that we had against Chelsea, there was a game plan in place to smother Chelsea and to try and nick a goal. So he didn't send us out to lose or anything like that. I thought we played, considering the lack of options on the pitch, I thought we played pretty well. But it is, we really do miss these players. And whilst I said about, having to win the last 5 games, we ain't going to do that unless we get at least 2 of our players back, possibly 3. You felt that Souček was really shackled by having to play so deep. And you sort of get it and you understand why he's got to do it. And he was very good at it. He wins an awful lot of tackles. You can't ask Fornals. You can ask him to work hard, and he does work hard, but you can't expect him to win as many tackles to be dominant in the air in the way that Souček is. I mean, he really misses his partner Rice there, doesn't he? And that was clearly evident. I think it's easy to be cross with the VAR decision, and it was rubbish. I mean, it really was. We understand that West Ham have appealed to get the card rescinded. Well, it will be rescinded. We discussed this yesterday. We know that will happen. It's not even in any doubt, really, isn't it? However, I still think, whilst we were looking a little bit better in the second half, whilst we were trying to push forward, it would have been extremely difficult for us to score a goal because we lacked any sort of cutting edge at all. We really did. I mean, the Antonio injury has hurt us massively. I think possibly out of all of them. I think had we have had Antonio for these games, I think we could have handled missing Rice, missing Cresswell. He just asks different questions of the opposition. He carries the game to the central defenders and just causes them absolute hassle. You know, he knocks them about. He probably causes a massive distraction, creates a lot of space for other players. And I was really enjoying how I was seeing his partnership working with Jesse Lingard. I thought it was, you know, really something very special there. Bit gutted to see it. The other, as you know, because I've mentioned it a number of times, the other sort of relationship I was looking forward to seeing grow was Lingard and Benrahma. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. We've got a lot of players out at the moment. A lot of players. And if Benrahma can't get a start now, then he ain't going to get a start. He certainly ain't going to get a start when other people are back. When was his last start? I guess it was against Manchester United, the game against Manchester United, which means he started when Jesse Lingard was ineligible to play the game. And that may well be it now. Benrahma plays when Jesse Lingard doesn't. Well, if we sign Jesse Lingard, that ain't great for Benrahma because, you know, he might just be David Moyes' favourite player, Jesse Lingard. He plays 90 minutes. He's going to play 90 minutes. If he doesn't, he'll play 88 or something like that. Be a little token substitution to waste some time at the end if we're winning. But I just can't see it really working out for him, which is a shame because I thought at the end, when Lanzini was on, when Lingard was on, and when Benrahma was on, you sort of had three footballers who were all on the same wavelength, if you like. You know, just looking to make things happen, and they sort of had a bit of an understanding. A bit of a shame, but I still think it was just a step too far because of the players against a team who are extremely good. I mean, extremely good. Excellent football team with some really good players, but there is only one win in it. I just don't think we can win all the last five. Got to win the next one. We absolutely do. And it would be, it's great for us as West Ham fans that we get to the end of the season and we're still involved. The Burnley Wolves game doesn't matter, does it? It really doesn't matter. I guess technically, as I said, this may well be the win that mathematically Burnley need to be safe from relegation. But realistically, it's a dead rubber. It's an unimportant game. And fair play, been a great season. We're still involved in important games. We have made it very, very difficult for ourselves, though.